Are you planning to buy the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone? Make sure you watch this review. If you haven't already subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel and click on the bell icon to get notified of new videos. Hey YouTube, what's up? Munchie here, back with another video, and in this video, we're going to do a review of the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone. I've been using this phone for the last 1 month and I will go ahead and share my thoughts, my opinions, my point of view on the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone. We will be talking about 6 things over here: hardware and design, display, battery, software, camera, and because I love my custom ROMs, we're also going to talk about XDA developers support. In the end of the video, we'll talk about who should buy this phone and who should not buy this phone. Before we dive into the full review, I just wanted to say that the Poco brand from Xiaomi is something which the market needed, because OnePlus is going premium, iPhones and Pixels are going towards the $1,000 price range, so OnePlus will fit well enough in the $550–600 price range. So the Pocophone is where OnePlus started. A good addition to the market from Xiaomi. Let's start with the hardware. So you have a Snapdragon 845 processor with Adreno 630 GPU. You have 6GB and 8GB of RAM variants with internal storage options of 64GB, 128GB and 256GB. The SIM slot on this guy is a hybrid SIM slot. So you can either use 2 SIMs and both those SIMs support 4G LTE dual standby, or you can use 1 SIM and a micro SD card. Now, a 64GB Xiaomi Poco F1 phone with a 256GB micro SD card should be good to get you through all your data storage needs. Moving over to the build, you have a plastic back with Gorilla Glass 3 on the front. Let's have a look at the bottom. You have your USB Type-C port over here. You have your bottom firing speaker along with the mic, and +1 to Xiaomi for maintaining the symmetry over here. On this side, you have your volume rockers and your power button. They're very clicky. Never had an issue with these guys. Moving over to the top, you have the ever so rare headphone jack and the noise cancelling mic. Now, the headphone jack on the Xiaomi Poco F1, I think, is not the same quality as I have on my Xiaomi Redmi Note 5 Pro. Same song, same Xiaomi Music app, maximum volume. The Redmi Note 5 Pro using the same headphones pushes out much better bass and music quality as compared to the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone, in my opinion. You might not agree with me, but that's what my personal experience is. Moving over to this side, you have your SIM card tray, and moving to the back, you have Pocophone and some Xiaomi branding over here. The Indian variant just has Poco written on the back in silver, a nice elegant touch. The dual camera setup on the back also has these red accents, which I like very much. The other thing which I like about this design is that it doesn't look like an iPhone from the back, unlike other Xiaomi phones. Now, considering the fact that this guy has a plastic back, if I was the person in charge of designing this guy, I would have added a removable plastic back and added a removable battery. Considering the fact that there is no waterproofing on this device, that would have been the final nail in the coffin for high-end devices out there. When you take the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone out of the box for the first time, you will feel the weight, you will feel the thickness, but do note that I am fine with the weight and the extra thickness because I'm also getting a 4000 milliamp hours battery. The other thing worth mentioning about the hardware is that this guy has liquid cooling. So if you are into gaming with the Snapdragon 845 processor, the Adreno GPU, 6GB of RAM, if you play PUBG, Fortnite for hours, this phone will not heat up too much because it does have liquid cooling. The next aspect, which is crazy fast and impressive, is the fingerprint scanner. The fingerprint scanner on this guy is crazy fast. Trust me when I say it is faster than my Google Pixel 2, the Essential phone, the Xiaomi Mi A2, the Redmi Note 5 Pro. Same holds true for face unlock, which is using an IR sensor in the front and it works in the night. Again, never had any issues with both of those. Another thing worth mentioning about the design on the Xiaomi Poco F1 is the silver line, which goes all across the device. So you have this silver design between the red frame and the screen. Trust me, it looks pretty darn good and gives the device an elegant look. One thing which I don't like about the Xiaomi Poco F1 when it comes to hardware is the lack of LTE bands. Now, before you come and tell me that the Poco F1 phone was not meant to be sold in the United States, there are other Xiaomi phones, the Xiaomi Mi A2, the Redmi Note 5 Pro, which have support for US LTE bands. They have bands 2, 4, some of them even have bands 5. So they work absolutely fine on T-Mobile and AT&T. But the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone, I think Xiaomi was cutting corners and decided to skip those bands. So this is not a truly global phone. Another thing which is lacking in the hardware department is NFC for payments. So you cannot use this guy to make payments via NFC. What is a gimmick about this guy is that Xiaomi markets the Pocophone F1 with stereo speakers, but trust me, when you hear the music, your ears will definitely recognize that the sound is coming out from the bottom firing speaker over here. The earpiece acts as a secondary speaker, but the sound is not that significant for it to be called stereo sound. Moving over to the display, you have a 6.18-inch IPS LCD panel. The colors are bright enough. The PPI is 403 and the aspect ratio is a weird number, 18.7:9. I'm not sure what Xiaomi was doing over here. I guess it's because of the rounded corners over here. I don't know. And you have Gorilla Glass 3 protection on the front. You also have this ugly looking notch over here, a 20 megapixel camera, your speaker and your infrared face scanning over here. Now, reviewers, YouTubers, people will tell you get used to the notch, but if you hate the notch, you won't get used to it. And the other thing is you end up losing your notifications because of this notch. Now, Xiaomi does let you disable the notch if you go into settings and then you scroll down and go into full screen display. Over here, you can go ahead and hide the notch, but you're still losing out on your notifications over here because they don't show you the notifications. Now, I'm not a big fan of the notch, and if you have to make compromises on your software because of the hardware you're choosing, I don't think so that is a wise decision. The other reason why I hate the notch is if you're watching a video on YouTube, it doesn't wrap around the notch. And then over here on this side, on the bottom, you have the corners which are curved. So it's curved over here, it does cut the content, and you have blunt edges on this side. So way to kill the symmetry, Xiaomi. I don't know what you were trying to think. To me, it looks like you bought displays which are damaged from this end and this end and you decided to just curve them. As for using the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone in sunlight, no issues with that. The display is bright enough, the colors are good for the price you're paying. A positive side of the display design on the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone is that you don't have any curved edges, so you won't have any issues finding a good, decent tempered glass screen protector for this guy, and you won't have any issues of halo or dot matrix on the tempered glass screen protector. Moving over to the battery, you have a 4000 milliamp hour battery, lasted me around 1.5 to 2 days with normal usage, and the screen on time was anywhere between 5 to 6 hours. Now you do get a fast charger in the box, Qualcomm 3.0 quick charge, and the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone does support Qualcomm quick charge 4.0, and the good thing is you have Type-C on the bottom. They could have gone cheaper route with a micro USB port, but they went with Type-C, so +1 to Xiaomi over there. Moving on to the software, the Xiaomi Pocophone F1 comes with MIUI 9, but MIUI 10 stable based on Android 8.1 Oreo is already rolling out for the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone. The good thing about this guy is that it comes with Poco Launcher, which has an app drawer, unlike other MIUI phones or other Xiaomi phones which do not have an app drawer. Instead, they try to clone the iOS. So this guy has Poco Launcher, and you can also go ahead and change the icon pack over here. So the Poco launcher has inbuilt support for icon packs, which is a good thing. Again, a plus one for Xiaomi over there. The downside of switching from stock Android to Xiaomi MIUI is that it takes time to getting used to it. Xiaomi does push out advertisements in its apps, and they've also been pushing out advertisements in the settings menu as well. So you'll have to get used to those things because that is how Xiaomi makes money. They sell products at 5% profit and make profit via advertisements on their products. The software performance is good. It has to be snappy on the Snapdragon 845 processor with 6 GB of RAM, and MIUI or MIUI is known for killing apps aggressively to have a good battery backup. Now I recently upgraded to MIUI 10, and with my full screen gestures enabled, the keyboard keys are cut. If I go ahead and disable the full screen gestures on the Poco F1 phone, the keyboard will be fine. But come on Xiaomi, everybody uses your gestures. They are good, better than Google. So make sure to test your software update properly before you push it out. This a minor glitch, but goes on to show how good you tested the software update before you pushed it out. This stable MIUI 10 build looks like a beta build to me. The other downside on the software front is you don't have support for HD videos on Amazon Prime or Netflix. Now, Xiaomi is saying they're gonna fix it via software patch. I'm not sure whether that's possible or not, but they are engineers, well qualified, have more knowledge than me, so you gotta trust them over here. But case in point, OnePlus had to ask people to send in their devices so that they could add the required wideband support so that OnePlus devices can have HD videos on Netflix and Amazon Prime. You can obviously watch HD videos on YouTube on the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone with no issues. Now Xiaomi has said that they're going to roll out Android 9.0 Pie for the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone, and it will also get upgraded to Android Q. There's already a leaked build of Android 9.0 Pie MIUI 10 for the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone available, so pretty sure that they're gonna roll out Pie, but we'll have to wait and watch for that commitment on Android Q. Moving over to the cameras, you have a dual setup on the back, a primary 12 megapixel sensor with f1.9, and the 5 megapixel sensor is for measuring depth. The Poco F1 phone does take good portrait shots from the rear camera. No OIS over here, but you do have EIS. You can go ahead and also record 4K videos if you want, and you can also record slow motion videos as well. The dynamic range is good and low light pictures are also good, but if you want to have better low light pictures, make sure to install the Google Pixel 3 camera APK because the Poco F1 phone has the same camera sensor as the Google Pixel 3. So the Pixel 3 camera APK does wonders to the low light performance of the cameras on the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone. Moving over to the front, you have a 20 megapixel sensor on the front with f2.0. Takes decent pictures, good enough pictures. The portrait mode on the front is also good, but sometimes you do have issues with edge detection on both the front and the rear portrait shots. But again, for the price you're paying for this guy, I can live with that. Moving over to custom ROM XDA developers support. Germany sent out free devices to XDA developers, some custom ROM developers, so you have a bunch of custom ROMs for this device. The other thing is, this is the only Xiaomi device which will let you unlock the bootloader within 72 hours of purchase, and unlocking the bootloader will not void your warranties. If you have the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone, go ahead, unlock that bootloader, root the device, enjoy custom ROMs, be a flashaholic, and have some fun with this guy because the warranty is not void if you unlock the bootloader. So who should buy the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone? Well, if you're looking for a device which is the best bang for your buck, good for gaming, has an all-day battery life, has the ever so rare headphone jack with micro SD card support, good enough decent cameras with a super fast fingerprint scanner, face unlock which works in the night, will get Android Pie and should get Android Q, and has awesome support on XDA developers. If those are the things which you're looking for, then the Xiaomi Poco F1 is the device for you. Who should not buy the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone? If you like stock Android and you don't like MIUI, you don't like the notch, you don't want to wait for Xiaomi to fix HD videos on Netflix and Amazon Prime, you don't like a device with a plastic body, you prefer a glass premium build, you want water resistance, you want wireless charging, you want NFC, and you want true stereo sound, then the Xiaomi Poco F1 is not the device for you. So that's it for this video, YouTube. I hope my video and review of the Xiaomi Poco F1 phone will help you make an educated decision whether you should buy this phone or not. Likes, shares and subscribes are appreciated. Feedback and comment more than welcome. See you when I see you.